computer. Hi, welcome back, my wise astrology tribe, Cosmic Insight Astrology. I am your co-pilot, Krisztina. Welcome back to the Forever After Forest series, and I'm here with Krasi again, and we are very happy to have her back over here. Welcome, Krasi.
Thank you, Krisztina. And thank you for this very nice topic. Both of us are very passionate about this topic. We
Yes.
chose health today. So, yes.
Just, the astrological, health astrology series and, like, for example, we're going to talk about weight loss and in general, just health and what do you have to actually look for in your chart. And also, when is the best time to actually start some kind of exercise or weight loss or, the indicators, mostly the indicators. And later on, we're going to choose different topic. We're going to choose maybe
Yes.
menopause, autism, and, like anything like that. But that is something what we want to collaborate on. So welcome. All right, guys. So you all know I love medical astrology. I'm a psychiatric nurse, surgical, and a special ed teacher, and I just love to look into the peek into people's and children's chart many times because you can recognize so many things that actually parent or doctors not aware of. And you can truly help your client to go to the right professional because make sure you are always going to go to the right professional, guys. Okay, so this is just like the purpose. It is more like what is that purpose we are doing right now. Like definitely you have to seek for professional all the time. Yeah. So what do you think about health astrology? How do you use that, Krasi, in your chart
Oh,
and family?
yes. I use it always, Christina, because yes, people do not always ask such questions. They start with the work, love. These are the, normal. We are all people. We all have questions on relationships, on money, work, of course. And then not so many people ask about health. And sometimes if I see sign that is warning, I do without scaring anyone because, we are not allowed. I think it was in this Indian, what was the name? Brihat Samhita, where they say you are absolutely not allowed to give scary prognosis, especially related to health, but to warn people could be plus, right? So I do this. I say things which I see, and I like us to speak about this. I tell you the reason. In the beginning, when I was still new to astrology, I was asking my teacher if he could, direct me into health medical astrology. And he said, and he was very good, but he said, this is astrology that it's hard to do, and doesn't matter that you would find literature, lots of literature. None of this is working, actually. This is the thing. And you maybe need to find your own way, based on literature, based on experience. What do you think?
Experience are very, very important. I did find a lot of amazing people. For example, Judy Hall, I really like, and her medical astrology. And there is multiple people out there who was, written about that. And also because I'm member of ISAR astrology, so there is a lot of promotion coming up and free workshops which I taken, but I truly believe your words are actually could heal or destroy. So
Oh,
when you
yes.
do prognosis, you can't, even if I'm a nurse. But I also truly believe, like some kind of medical background supposed to have people, to because medical astrology is also about pathology and medicines as well, and also anatomy. And I was listening on YouTube a lot of people, and they didn't even know the right anatomical terms, right? And it's not because of they were not able to pronounce, because English is my second language, and sometimes I do have issues to pronounce something.
Oh, me
But
too, of
yeah,
course.
but but the term exactly was not right, and I was like, oh my god, that's not what it is, and people listening, and they think, they listen to you, but definitely you are the one who make it. Anything, even in general astrology, you know what I do? I have this book, and that's why I didn't turn any background over here, so I can show sometimes. That is actually uh, my astrological journey every year from Honeycomb. It is 50 something dollars I buy for. And I do my notes over there with every transit and with clients as well. So if you see something, you see the similarity. And of course, it's experience. And every single individuals born with a different kind of purpose karma, they are, for example, cancer doesn't mean death sentence to everyone. Like, for example, someone is capable to hear for holistic, so, but the chart shows if that person actually can use holistic medicine, for example, and it will be the best
Yeah.
option. So that's what I think.
Absolutely. Also, you know what I learned very recently? Because we're in this stage of collective awakening, all of us,
Mhm.
and the information now is everywhere. You just need really you need to search for information. It's everywhere. You cannot say, I don't know, or I didn't hear, or
Yeah, yeah,
there are no
no,
excuses for us anymore. And now, since maybe last 5, 6 years, everyone started speaking about inflammatory diseases and about a need to detox, to cleanse your body. And I was started searching which planet actually is causing the inflammations. And of course, this would be Mars.
Mhm.
So, and then I realized when I see all these doctors, holistic, homeopathic. I don't speak about the modern medicine because this is very disappointing stuff.
Yes,
But the herbalistic doctors, the healers, they always, and I was searching where astrologically this is seen in the chart, and you see really, Krisztina, almost not all, but most of the afflictions caused by Mars, which result in certain diseases, maybe cancer, maybe others, sharp disease and stuff, based on need to detox and cleanse your body.
yeah,
Really,
yeah.
immediately. And this makes things a little bit easier, not much, but still, because you need to see which organ and what and advise people. But and then Mars is what? Because you mentioned holistic, and you are so right. It's a whole system, and everything is connected to everything. It starts with the low vibrations of the planets, for example. If you take again the same Mars, it is the anger uncontrollable, our impulsive emotions, and whatnot. And maybe when we are in control of this Mars or other Saturnine bad planets caused troubles, afflictions on our emotions, when we manage to control this, most of the diseases will not happen.
Yeah, for example, Mars and Saturn actually could be very prominent in a chart. And because I taught a medical astrology course and I have that available. It's like 16 hours, but it's gonna be 20 hours with the remedies. I'm doing the remedy part right now. But the thing is, Saturn and Mars both are malefic. And you always have to check actually the essential dignity of the planet, how frustrated is the planet, is it out of bounds,
Exactly.
for example? Because, Mars also could be like, okay, it's in exaltation and out of bond and it's in the first house. That person is prone to accidents, cutting, inflammation, it could be like breaking legs or things because that's what it means. But in medical astrology, what I realized, the opposition are very, very bad, and the quincunx in conjunction, actually, that is the second worst aspect, actually. And it is not a major aspect, it's a minor. But anyway, I do feel like, and if it's a quintile or trine, then most likely the person easily going to go through rehabilitation, or it will be an easy cure, or recovery process going to be faster than usual. So even if it's malefic involved. But when I check the chart, I always, obviously, guys, we check the first house, sixth house, eighth house for genetic, right? And the 12th house for mental illnesses. So the sixth house is health. And then you check the malefic and the benefic planet also. And Jupiter and Venus, everybody thinks actually they are so amazing planets, but not all the time, because Jupiter Venus conjunction in the eighth house could be like, okay, that is an inherited diabetes, right? So you really have to, see what's the dignity of the planet. Is it angled or not, angular houses or not? So the strength of the planet is very important. But Mars and inflammation is, because, guys, everything is based on inflammation, truly. And what is inflammation coming? It's coming from toxins. For example, in America, everything is round up, right? Cancer causing microplastic. Microplastic is everywhere. You actually drink from plastic butter, water. You are actually increasing the estrogen in the body, which is going to create cancer. So if you don't know basic things,
Krisztina, please remember your thought. I just want to ask you how you recognize in the chart this microplastic stuff, because this would be some of the new discovered planets, man. Because I can't imagine otherwise.
yeah, that is microplastic, especially I go with Cancer, and that is Saturn moon square or Saturn moon opposition. It could be because the microplastic could be something to do with digestion issue also. So you have to go again with moon and the stomach issues over there, or you have to go with Virgo. You also can go to Taurus, the second house, or the Taurus also, because of what you drink and what you eat, the food over there. And if it's something is malefic over there, so what does, I forget what plastic rules, but you know what? I have an amazing book here.
Maybe, Krisztina, because I also don't know what the plastic would be. Plastic was discovered late, like 100
Yes,
years ago. It wouldn't be
yes.
these very traditional planets like Saturn. Maybe this would be the modern ways of packing, most probably Uranus aspect with Neptune, because Neptune is the illusion, because plastic is imitation, is surrogate of something.
It
Could
could
be,
be because
could
of
be, because I don't
water,
know.
butter, Neptune is water, or moon, and
Yeah.
then plastic uranium because technologically,
Mhm.
created. So it could be, and because of it could create some kind of neurological issues also, the not only cancer, the estrogen dominancy, but the microplastic definitely rise. And we do have a lot more um, neurological issues, autism rise like crazy, Alzheimer, dementia, ALS, MS. It is just like so intense, and it's all chemitrail also, and chemitrail also uranium because airplane,
Oh, yeah.
So I would think, yes, you're absolutely right. I will have to check it, and guys, I'm
We
going to.
have to find out. Yeah, it's interesting. But also, the most of these diseases are results of parasites, which are Mars and Rahu, for example, not parasitic stuff. And I'm thinking, I read recently, MS, it was crazy because I have a girlfriend, and her family, somebody was diagnosed with MS and he passed. And if they knew,
Oh my God.
MS is a result of parasites in the brain. If they
Terrible.
knew to do
Yeah.
antiparasitic cleanse, of the brain, and it's and this
It
is again Mars.
Mars and Pluto also, because Pluto also is the
Oh
defecation.
yeah, Pluto also. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's parasite as well. And you know what, Dr. Wallach, I had the pleasure to meet an amazing person. He's very old and he's a professor. He did like over 20,000 autopsy Like he's a genius. He wrote a lot of books, and one of the book is Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And he is a doctor, a professor, a doctor, and he was so against of Western medicine, so disappointed. But he also said parasite and actually mineral deficiency, because the soil is so depleted and it's, full and filled with chemicals and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
But parasite cleanse is I always tell everyone, full moon, go for 3 days parasite cleanse. Everything. What do you use for parasite cleanse?
Oh, something very amazing I learned recently from a Russian holistic healer. This is the method. I'll tell you something amazing. Maybe you know it because something so well known, actually. This is the method of Genghis or Genghis Khan. You take one glass full with cut chopped garlic, not mashed. Absolutely shouldn't be mashed. Should be cut like chopped garlic in
Okay.
tiny pieces. You put inside. You just cover it with yogurt. Just yogurt. Mix it with yogurt. Let it stay. In the morning, on empty stomach, on the full moon, because the parasites lay their eggs on the full moon. You drink it. I know it's disgusting, but when it is chopped, you don't stink so much. If it was not chopped like a smoothie, then
Yeah.
1 week, yeah. So you just eat it or drink it without chewing. Try to swallow. You should not be chewing, because when it passes through this area of the heart, it's not good for your heart. It will burn things. So you just swallow it without chewing, and then the next day, all your parasites will be dead. But you have to transport them out of your body, and then on the next day they take castor oil, of course, to take out everything. Of course, 2-3 days. Try to be alone and not to go out.
Yes, because you're gonna have diarrhea. Castor oil is recent.
Yeah.
It's like immediate. So if you take a spoon of castor oil, then that's why I don't understand why people have constipation. And there is so much knowledge out there, and they could do the research. Garlic is very good, but also, guys, papaya seed, and we do the papaya seed also. Either you put that in honey, and you take a tablespoon every single day with the papaya seed. Also, don't chew it. So yeah. And pumpkin seed, for example, I give also for my dogs pumpkin seed and also clove tea, guys. For example, it's also good for menopause and hormones. Clove and cinnamon, also regulate your blood sugar. But cloves, every single day I drink clove tea because I just like the smell of cinnamon and clove, like Christmas in a cup. So I just drink it no matter what. But those are also amazing cleanse. And
yes.
And MS, yes, MS, and a lot of things. For example, lately, cancer, right now, so the astrological aspect of cancer is Saturn moon usually. I always fear Saturn moon more than Saturn sun. I get very depressed right now with Saturn sun. When it was on my, Saturn was on my sun, I was like, oh, I was down and really didn't want to talk to anyone. And I had enough from my fatness. And, I was like, oh my God, I don't eat. Because Saturn is also not eating food. It's also Jesus Christ, Saturnian. So it is like also, what is that? Not starvation, starvation and fasting. Saturn is fasting, for example. So that could be also really good. And, many times I'm fasting every 4 days and I'm still gaining, but obviously it's some other issues. But Saturn moon aspect actually cancer and literal cancer. And then right now I was reading a lot of researches and they said again, parasite cleanse. Ivermectin.
Parasite.
Mhm. It's
Don't say the name of the medicine. Just people should research
parasite
IV. IV medicine for cleans because this is a word of attention on the
Sure. Yes, yes. And
yeah.
yeah, I forget because I get censored lately. I
You
thought
get
that,
censored. Yeah,
yeah,
same. I know.
you
But
too, right? If you mention
okay,
something.
because that's why, yeah. But the garlic cleanse is already, or the clove, of course, very ancient way of cleansing
Yeah.
your body. But see, the logic is such that you kill them with what is actually martial, because garlic is also ruled by Mars. I think that if you take ginger, you have
Yeah.
great chance to kill. I haven't read of ginger in particular, but when I know ginger is, I know to my chickens, you know what I did? Antiparasitic, very simple: garlic and hot peppers. Hot pepper ruled by Mars,
Cayenne pepper. Yeah. And
cayenne pepper.
yeah, that's amazing. And it could be really good. And it could be also, because of, I would think it's also great for arthritis, and it's also good for, like high blood pressures. In some cases, it could actually increase the blood pressure because of the heat of the cayenne. But many times it is actually great for anti-inflammatory things. So ginger, turmeric, cayenne pepper, if you have arthritis or autoimmune, or like any kind of inflammation in your body, that is an amazing smoothie. Just put a little bit, and always start everything with tiny, because if you're going to take a lot of garlic at the very beginning, even if you need, you're gonna suffer because of, like it's going to.
You will suffer. But then they say, in order not to suffer, because you need to start very drastically. You need to,
Oh,
on full moon, you just take the glass with garlic and that's it.
okay.
They say 3-4 days in advance, you need to drink a lot of water, so much water that your urine shouldn't be yellow. Your
Okay.
urine should be looking like water. Then you will not suffer. Also, if you have ulcer, if you have other wounds in your body, on your stomach, of course you should not take it, of
Yes.
course. But in general, it for healthy stomach, you can do it, but because you wouldn't chew, if you chew it, it will be burning sensation for your heart area.
Yeah,
That's
and
why.
everywhere on the, I know, but I love garlic. I don't know why. I'm
Yeah, yeah, no.
not a
Maybe you
vampire
have
for
good
sure.
Mars in your
I
horoscope.
have exalted Mars. Yeah.
Oh, see, maybe you like very chili peppers.
Yes, I love, and very spicy food, exalted
Me
Mars,
too.
and it's making amazing, trines and also sextile with my planet, so the other planets. So it's in a very good position. That's why I'm very fast, even when I'm talking. Sometimes people get headache from me, because of that, what it is. But yeah.
Oh, you can't otherwise. I also sometimes speak fast, I know, but if you, for example, try to do detox with chili peppers and you raise your blood uh, pressure, I had guest one time, and because I cook very spicy food, and I
I
cooked very
love it.
spicy. Yes, she liked it. We were eating, and then suddenly she had crisis. Her blood pressure rose very high. She got very sick. And I started researching what Master Ben Saduno is saying for high blood pressure, for like emergency help. And he said, if you have this crisis, a very high blood pressure, immediately put your feet in hot water.
Okay.
So I didn't know what to do with her. She got very sick, and I gave her this vessel with hot water. Finished. She got better immediately.
All right.
Immediately. Yes.
It does
Yes.
make a sense because of the veins and the capillaries for hot water going to expand. And because of
Exactly.
that, the blood is going to flow down. So the blood pressure is going to. Oh, I have to tell that to my mom. I don't know. I didn't even think of that, but this is great. She has
Oh, and
actually
it's very
blood
good help
pressure.
immediately, and it works the same moment.
All right. Very good. Yes, absolutely makes sense. And sometimes it is so it's so,
Simple.
basic, and you just don't think of that. Yeah, it is very
Mm.
good. Okay, so people, if you have some high blood pressure, that could be saving your life.
Oh
because of
yeah.
that could create a stroke and
Oh yeah. Oh, no.
especially yeah. So okay, and so what about Saturn? What about Saturn for you, and what about the Jupiter, Venus, right? Because obviously in this society we compensate with if we are upset, if we are sad, if we happy, we eat, we overeat, and Jupiter, Venus is the reason we overeat many, many times, and besides, if you have Hashimoto and things like that, obviously, then it's very hard to lose weight. But over indulgence is an issue. So, what do you think about Jupiter and Venus, for example?
I know. I Jupiter. People say so. Jupiter comes on your ascendant by transit. Oh, you will gain weight. Not necessarily. It depends how your Jupiter is placed in your horoscope. I know, it is believed so, and also just the opposite for Saturn, which to me doesn't make much sense. And I tell you why. People say Saturn comes to transit on your ascendant, you will lose weight because he would make you suffer. You will be all the time upset. You lose weight. But think about something. He was Titan. He was huge. So I don't really know. And my experience doesn't show always Saturn on ascendant people losing weight. Sometimes it's not so. So I think it really depends on the placements of these two planets in your natal horoscope, and then you can say if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
prone to gain weight, yeah, Jupiter could be just the trigger, when he comes on your ascendant, and the other way around for Saturn. So I'm not sure whether this rule is valid for everyone.
Yeah. I did have Jupiter in my first house when I got pregnant, and I obviously gained some weight. Not a lot, only gained 9 pounds
But
with
see, he gave
Jupiter.
you the best blessing. So you see,
Yeah.
it is,
Mhm.
yeah, it is really,
But when Saturn was in my first house and on my ascendant, I had issues with my teeth. And it was, like implants after implants, and starve myself because I couldn't eat, and everything was moving, and a lot of backaches. I had a lot of backaches with Saturn, like I was on the floor for 3 4 days. It was terrible. And since then, oh, please don't, because I didn't have it for a long time, don't. But I did lose weight. I did lose like 50 pounds or something like that, because Saturn was in my 65 actually in my first house, but it was due to my teeth implants.
ah,
So Saturn actually is teeth and whatever. So
this,
and it made a bad aspect to Pluto. So
ah, maybe
because
you didn't feel well in general. You would
yeah.
be, um,
So it's not always, that's why you have to write down, guys, and the experience. And if it's 70%, okay, then you can make an assumption, obviously. If it's like, all
yeah.
right, I already do that for 3 4 years for people, and I'm writing down the aspects, I make it like 6 years already. And okay, so that's what it is, but you still have to treat every person like an individual, and not everything fit for all. That's the issue with Western medicine. Okay, this is the thyroid medicine, and not everything fits for all. So also in astrology, even if you have an aspect, good or bad, it's not necessarily going to suit your client or yeah. So you
Absolutely.
think Mars is the one which is always Mars is the troublemaker.
Mars is also triggering the trouble because one aspect of Mars, no, if it's not even, you don't even need to be in Mars period or Mars cycle of your life. Sometimes Mars aspect by transit can trigger something that is existing in the horoscope. He cannot trigger things that are not written, predestined in your horoscope. That's the
Yeah,
thing. But here's the trigger, here's the bullet, the last.
yeah. The last saying. Yes, Mars has the
Yeah,
last saying.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Yeah, because I do believe, and lately all the research and everything what I was reading, really everything is lead back to inflammation and infection,
Absolutely.
and that is only Mars over there, which could be uh, definitely very difficult. And do you do, for example, apple cider, not apple cider vinegar, but fire cider? That's also Martian. And fire cider is
I don't know fire cider.
so that is actually you cut up onion, pepper, hot
Aha.
pepper, cayenne pepper. You put, I put actually lemon, cut up half lemon, orange also, cloves, cinnamon, peppercorn. I put in ginger, turmeric. I cut up a little bit, and garlic. And then I put a cup of honey in, and then I put apple cider vinegar. Browner is the apple cider vinegar, the better it is. And sometimes I put anise seed also, and I put also hawthorn, that is a little berry, which is good for heart and any kind of heart issues. So I put multiple herbs also there, and then I put the vinegar in, and I let it, like in a place like a dark place, and shake every single day. And
Aha.
yeah, after 6 weeks, you're going to drain it and you just have a cup, for example. Also good for parasite cleanse, inflammatory diseases, ulcers. It's good for any kind of, it's anti-inflammatory. It is the best tincture ever you can. It's beautiful. It's amazing. I just wanted to tell to everyone how to make it because of, I might gonna make it in my kitchen once, but it is something which everybody
Show it, make
needs.
video on this because I noticed also when I made video on, the method, the simple methods, which I know people like to know it because we all now realize that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I definitely gonna do the garlic and yogurt. And yes, then when you have to cleanse, like totally cleanse your colons after the parasites, the dead parasites, everything, then you either going to do you do the castor oil liver pack, or you just take a spoon of castor oil
I
and
know I tell you again the method, which I know. Once you do the garlic, wait,
okay.
see how you feel after a day or two. You mix, you take castor oil, 1 gram per kilogram of your weight. If you weigh 60, it is 60 gram castor oil.
Ooh,
60 gram, not milligram,
okay.
gram.
Okay.
And wait, 1 milligram?
I
No, one
think
gram, one
milligram.
gram, 1 gram, 1 gram
Okay.
per kilogram of weight. And you mix it with lemon juice, double the size. So if you have 50 gram of castor oil, you need 100 gram fresh lemon juice. You mix it well
Okay.
and you drink it 3 times every other day. It means today you drink, tomorrow not, after tomorrow you take. Then one day you rest and then you do it 3 times. This is to take out, this is also very heavy method and you need to make sure that you drink a lot of water.
Mhm.
And then they say in the meantime, don't eat meat, don't eat dairy and sugar. Also flour. So it is difficult. I can't imagine without dairy my life. I don't eat meat, but dairy. So,
That's
anyway,
very hard, but unfortunately, the inflammation comes from the dairy, but just the really, really processed dairy. I think because I buy my dairy uh, uh, from the farmers. And
yeah, me too.
yeah, I do that, and even the eggs and everything. So I think it's cleaner, and then you can eat more of that. But what about diatomaceous earth? Because like the medical
Oh,
medium,
yeah, yeah.
you
I
do you
heard it's
use it?
very. I tried. I used it. I don't see result on myself, but I hear many people are amazed with. It is. It is. I think detoxing metals, heavy metals in
Yes,
there.
it does with parsley. Parsley does it as well. But for example, diatomaceous medical medium says it's also clean or kills the good bacteria. So I did use diatomaceous and I lost weight with it easily. But right now, I have a little bit of, oh, maybe I should not use it or whatever, because if it kills the good bacteria, because it kills all the bugs. So, for example, you can use diatomaceous earth for your dogs, wash them and they're not going to get ticks and they're not going to get fleas. So I have that on Cosmo. I put a little bit in his bath water and then it's great. But also, when you go outside, for example, you don't have to use Roundup for the flies or anything on your.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but you can use the diatomaceous water. But then was reading it. Oh, it kills the worms and the bugs. I was like, I don't want the dragonflies and the bees die from that. So I was like, okay, I'm stop doing that. I cannot do that. So it's very difficult. But a lot of people are sworn to that, like it is amazing. And I did have amazing losing weight benefit very quickly and everything. But on the other hand, if it kills the good bacteria, like you have to take a lot more, what is that? Probiotic and prebiotic then, and it is just
Yeah.
like, oh, I would think diatomaceous would be great with activated charcoal because that is also killing all the heavy metals from the body, and parsley every Sunday, for example. So what I tell to people, don't use it every day, but use it like, okay, every Sunday I'm not taking any supplements, but I'm taking parasite cleanser, activated charcoal, parsley, diatomaceous to kill everything, for example, in my body. For example, if somebody is on chemotherapy, right? And the chemo is obviously that's, yeah. So my mom, I told her, okay, you're going to go on activated charcoal every Sunday and diatomaceous to just the everything out from your body. And that's why she went in remission. She had cancer 10 years ago and she's doing great, but she's all holistic. So
Ah,
she took 2 chemo because they scared her. But after that, she said, okay, I rather die. I'm not doing this shit. And everybody's wait, don't listen to me, because I know a lot of people actually who get healed and use chemotherapy. Okay. So I don't want to, but that's what my mom's experience. I'm only saying her experience. And then she went holistic all the way and she's 10 years already. So it's good. But
good.
definitely.
Good as well.
And do you do any recipes? For example, winter coming, in your country, my country, in Hungary back then, we did a lot of sauerkraut and, like you put
Oh,
in
yeah,
jar,
yeah, yeah.
fermented. You do a lot of fermented food, right?
We do a lot. Yes, I can't wait to start.
Yes, yes, I know. And
Yeah.
that is the magic of that Eastern European countries. They have the tradition. They still have it. They eat a lot of fermented. You know what, Krasi? I was thinking, my grandparents, I mean, grandpa ate, your grandparents also ate a lot of bacon, right? And ate bread.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes.
nothing. They were skinny. They were out in the field. They were, doing everything,
Yes.
lived long lives. And I was like, oh my God. And then I started to think, wait a minute. Nothing was really processed. They cooked at home. They didn't go to restaurant. They didn't spray all the time. Once a year they sprayed the things and that's it. But it was not constant like right now they do. And and they ate fermented food. What do you ferment? Because that is amazing brand.
Cabbage also. Oh, like cabbage first. Always the cabbage and
Do you do it with the traditional stepping on?
yes, with the
Yes, you
stones.
do. Oh my God, I love that.
Yes, and the water is full with how you call this? With this good bacteria, which is
Yes,
uh
it's pre and probiotic. And actually,
probiotic.
I was reading,
It's again Mars. See, it's homeopathic because you treat your martial problems with martial remedy.
mhm,
That's why this probiotic water of the fermented, whatever you do, whatever you like to ferment, is
yeah.
always good.
Yeah, fermentation is the best for the body, that's for sure. And I can't wait also. I do sometimes, but I don't do that on the traditional way, obviously. I just put that in salt and let it go. But I do have a few things what I'm doing. But for example, they say if you do that, for example, if you have issues with gaining weight, obviously apple cider vinegar, fire cider, what I was talking about, it's really good in the morning to drink, right? In water, dilute in water. Otherwise,
Diluted was. I
it's
know. Yes.
terrible.
Yes.
But but you do the cabbage, the sauerkraut. If you have like a 1 deciliter in the morning, just check the liquid. It's the best ever. It's clean,
It is delicious. It's
delicious.
very tasty. It's very
And
tasty.
guess what? That's what the hangover cure. You know that? That's what they, if you go to a party and you
Ah,
have drinks,
yes.
hangover cure. So if you want that, just before the party and after, it's really good. But also, and what about liver detoxification? So liver is Jupiter. And, so, okay, if Mars is triggering something with Jupiter over there, there could be some kind of fatty liver, right? Or some kind of inflammation of the liver. What do you do, for example,
I
for,
tell you, I'll give you a remedy of Master Brain Saduno, and I healed my husband with this remedy. Really amazing. My husband had, like, he would be dizzy, and we didn't know why. And then at that time, he went to the doctor, and they said, you have fatty liver, but very extreme fatty liver.
oh,
So they said, oh, you need to take medications. I said, you don't touch medications. I kill you if you touch medication. And I researched, Master Bean Institute is saying, even if you take a slice of lemon and you put it under your tongue, the
okay.
liver loves lemon. Your liver will be smiling, you're saying. And
Oh,
then he gives the following recipe. He says you take I think you would start with 1 lemon. Today you drink 1 lemon, tomorrow two, then until you reach 7, and then you start again 6, 5, da, 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 da. My husband was absolutely healed within 10 days, was not even a trace of his fatty liver, and he didn't take the medications they would give him.
oh my.
So you
Okay.
count from 1 to 7, and then first day 1, the second day 2, da, 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 da. You dilute it with water. Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
very, you
Yeah.
dilute it. Even the water should be a little bit warm, not cold water. You dilute it. And you drink, it's even nice, it's not bad. So
Mhm.
you drink it 1, then the next day 2, 3, 4, 5, you reach 7. And then you start 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 14 days.
Okay.
You can't imagine. There was no trace of his dizziness and fatty liver.
Oh, all right.
Now let's think. Moon is ruling the lemon. Why moon would help us with liver? This is interesting too, because this is lunar remedy. Actually, really, it's lunar remedy. The moon is ruling the liquids in our body also.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
and I believe this would work like, imagine if liver, you say Jupiter, but I think Pluto also has to do. He also, not only with liver, he has other organs too, but maybe because liver is filtering, he is cleaning.
Detoxification. Yes. So
Yes,
Pluto
yes.
is there. Hmm.
And maybe because he's detoxing is a filter, when he filters the lemon, the moon, because the moon is really no liquids. Like you improve what is going through the liver, the liquids that he's. And how would this look in the horoscope, for example? I'm thinking. Uh, let's think. Like the moon, the liver receives help from the moon, right?
Okay.
Because the moon is ruling the liquids.
So then it could be like the natal moon actually either trine. If it's receive help, then it has to trine with
Right.
Jupiter or Pluto.
Yes.
because of then
Yes.
it receives, so it's creating a cleansing. But if there is a fatty liver and there is an issue or a surgery or something, then it has to be squaring or opposition. And then when it's gonna go from opposition to trine, obviously, then the healing gonna come in. Because then
Yes.
it's a swinging stage over. But listen, citrus, for example, orange, it's sun related. So
Yes.
lemon for
Yes.
you
Yes.
is moon.
Yes. I agree, but I don't know if the sun will help. If you get the same results. Yes, vitamin C you also have in the oranges and mandarins. Yes, but in this case they say Basidono is saying
Okay,
only lemon.
all right.
So
That's a
and
really good one for that.
yeah, it's a very good one. I tell you, in my family I saw it. My God, it's very
Actually,
good.
I'm going to offer that, recommend that for someone because somebody keeps telling me she's dizzy. She's one of my friends and she has a fatty liver. And I told her, I was like, okay, take the dandelion and milk thistle. I sent you, buy it. And obviously she never,
Ah, the milk thistle is Mars.
oh,
Liver is
yes.
Plutonian. Yes, could be. This the liver could have mixed influences, but again, this is the homeopathic way of treating. You treat
Mhm.
what it is. The lemon would be very general when you see the lemon because it's moon. Has to do with immune system, and lemon would heal basically everything in your body. Actually, when you think, because uh, the moon is your immune system.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's in traditional. It's in Babylonian astrology. What about Neptune and immune system for you? What lymphatic
Neptune
and
immune
immune
system.
system?
Yes, because Neptune is ruling the 12th house of the hidden diseases,
Mhm.
the chronic and the hidden disease and
Yeah,
chronic. Yes, also, you see, you don't have only one planet responsible. You
no,
can have mixed influences. You have mixed influences. So Neptune, yes, of course, in the lower vibrations. But another, very important, interesting stuff I want to tell you. Let's say people have this case, you see, when people have issues with, especially ladies, but you can see this in men too, issues with breast cancers, breasts. Usually, when you think this is related to disconnection from mother's love, bad relationship with mother, breast is your connection, with your mother. And also this is healed how, again, breast is moon,
moon.
again, lunar, vitamin C is supporting your immune system. But first of all, I want this maybe to emphasize on this for people which are listening to us. Emotionally, you have to fix things. Karmic, improve relationship with ancestors, improve relationship with mother, so that you don't suffer from breast
Yeah,
issues or heart. Notice people with heart problems, for in some areas of their life, they lack in love.
yeah, yeah. That's what. Yeah, definitely psychosomatic issues. And Louis Hay always said everything is
I
resent.
love her.
Yes. Oh my God. Amazing.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
A pure angel.
Yeah,
She's
she
amazing.
she was amazing, and she was so. I don't even know. She started everything so late. She was abused, but she still helped everyone. I love all her affirmations. She was always kind, never judgmental, always
No.
trying to do new things and happy. I really loved her. But Louis, he always said, everything is psychosomatic. So, and obviously because we are coming from a womb and the womb is the mother. Gaia is also a mother. Obviously, everything is the mother nature, right? So that is the connection with Mother Earth and the connection with our mother and the way we nurturing others and nurture ourselves. It's very, very important. And if you actually fix the real, Louis Hay said actually, willing to forgive, it's enough. Because you forgive yourself to allow others to step over you, or to not meet you halfway, because that is my issue lately with relationships in general, friendship, colleagues, and everything. They don't even try to meet me halfway. And when you just putting your heart into all relationship, you get drained, and like then all right, you get sick and you cannot allow that. But that's usually mother related, and everything goes back. I think the son and the heart related issues, that's father related. So that's many times you see, like when a father, they have issues, or father is missing from the family, or like there was some kind of fight in the family in childhood. It could spike the blood pressures, many times in older ages. So psychosomatically, it could also, and karmically, obviously, can go also back. But you have to check the chart. We just wanted to give you guys just an average talking to have fun over here, and you can make comment below. What do you experience? Do you use traditional astrology, Vedic astrology, Western astrology? How do you see Neptune and Uranus in the chart? How do you see Mars? Do you think Mars is the meaner of all cause? Because Mars really doesn't give a fuck if it is like going to trigger you over, like it could be really, like, as I said, accidents prone to, or, inflammation, and it could become very, very evil. Mars could become very, very evil. Not just, but, we can use also Mars to be, okay, let's start to work out, or initiate something and be courageous to face the illnesses, for example. So, yeah, but
Maybe,
yes,
yeah, exactly. Oh, excuse me. I just want to say, it's because you speak about Mars. Uh, Basically, when we try to keep the Martian vibrations high, no anger, jealousy, envy, we have much higher chance not to allow all these unwanted, parasites to enter our bodies. Everything starts from the emotions, like you said. Um, Also, what Louise Hay was saying.
and what do you use for Martian energy? For example, if it's a very active Mars, do you do some kind of uh, workout which is slower, or which is actually, so for example, a very active out of bond Mars, which is triggered and square or opposed transit Mars or progress Mars. Usually I tell people to do Tai Chi, or,
Exactly.
capoeira.
Martial arts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. I say the same.
Okay, and when it's very slow, the Mars, like slow the planet and does not have dignity, it's not angered, then I usually say, okay, then you use a lot of cayenne pepper if you can, or ginger, and you do bicycle or running, because you have to activate your Mars over there. Uh, or if, for
Yes.
example, Mars is in Cancer, God forbid, and it's in fall, and it's very frustrated, it wants to act up, it wants to do something, then you have to activate your Mars, because it could give you stomach ulcer. For example, Mars in Cancer, I saw that for people, with stomach
Yes.
ulcers.
Yes.
Breast surgeries, because it could also be the chest and breast, and it could be all right, some kind of breast issues, like maybe they're gonna have a biopsy because they found something, especially if it's also affected Saturn, Moon somehow in a T square natally, it could
Would
create.
be. Would be very possible. Yeah.
So,
Yes.
yeah. What
But
else?
first, yes, this is very correct. But first, they to be in control of their emotions.
Emotions.
Maybe start there, and then all what you said is absolutely. I agree 100% with you.
Do you think Mars tolerates meditation, for example? Because a lot of people say just go meditate, and people are like, I'm so super hyper angry and jealous and resentment, and meditation not gonna make it for me. So what do you, or yoga?
I
Yoga.
rather, I
What?
with this type of Mars, which can hurt this very same person, I rather advise them to channel somewhere this energy, like do martial arts, do karate, do
Yes.
such people you cannot ask to sit and meditate. I
No.
don't think it will work.
No, it's not happening, and they're right.
No,
And that's what I told them. All right, if it is a lot of anger, you have to find a different outlet. You have to go boxing, shadow boxing.
exactly. Types of art like this. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
very good. Because of meditation not gonna cut you guys if there is a lot of anger inside, like it's not possible.
no.
Sit still and try to relax and whatever, imagine, because then war gonna go into your mind and that's you don't do anything good for yourself.
No, no,
But
exactly.
that's definitely, you're right, Krasi. That's first emotions and control your anger. That's
Yes, yes.
Do you have any workshop or any books like Lois Hay is amazing. Yes, so you can guys read onto. You can, what do you recommend to read or
I
do?
love one author. He's Russian, amazing guy. He's translated in English. This is Sergei Lazarev. Sergei Lazarev. The books, there are many already, but the first four are the good ones. The rest are cases that I think up to 12 books he made, or maybe more already. I read four of them and I don't bother with the others because they're only examples. So the first four of diagnostics of the karma, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
this is something amazing. Oh my God, you cannot imagine what an author
Sergei
could.
Vazarev.
Sergei Lazarev, yeah, because
Okay.
he's alive. He has even channel in English. He's elderly person already, but he has channel on YouTube both in Russian and English.
Okay.
And he speaks exactly how when you have certain disease, the karmic reasons, how you need to go back, how you need to forgive, for example, your ancestors, your father or mother, and immediately on something which is like the hermetic rules, something which starts on the fine levels, what above, so below automatically shows up eventually on the physical level. So he sees the things which, because he's a medium, and he's an amazing medium. And since very young age, he's doing this. So he would see the disease which is already forming in the fine levels, which we see astrologically. You could see disease which is existing and people don't suffer it yet, but it is there. So this is why you can warn people already in advance. Take care of your heart, take care of your love to parents, because the heart always take care of your other organs, the afflictions that you see in the horoscope. But he does it not astrologically, of course. He does it like a medium on amazing books. I tell you, amazing. When you connect them, because he's not astrologer, of course, but when you connect them with astrology, things begin to make sense.
Okay. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna definitely buy them because of
Check his channel first to connect with him, to his energy. He has very sweet energy.
Okay.
My dog is passing and he's thanks in the computer. 10 times he passed. So
Bear, the
uh,
last time he wanted to get some attention. Let me see how big he became. Oh my, are you kidding me? In a month? He's
he's four
giant.
months old. 4 months.
Oh my God. This is crazy. He
Yeah.
going to be humongous.
Yes, yes.
Wow. That's amazing. He's a cutie pie. Yeah, last time he was all around and he wanted all the attention. I know, I remember. Yes, so okay, so Sergei Vazarev, guys, Sergei Vazarev. I'm gonna ask Krasi to send me on Messenger and the name, and I'm going to put that below the link. And then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, because of karma is definitely one thing what we also will need to talk about later on
I
because
tell you one example, which maybe we can, summarize with this example, if you like, so that we speak again on another time. On maybe next topic could be weight loss astrology, if you want, and then after
yes,
another.
let's do the weight loss. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So just to tell you one beautiful example from his books. So he's on the train and he's sitting in the same, how you say, the same room, let's say, so, with one lady. And he's medium. He sits just in front of her. And he sees that she's very sad. She's devastated. And he sees that her son is very ill, very, very sick. He sees energetically because he is still up today a basic medium. And he wants to talk to her, but he doesn't want to speak because she would think he's crazy. But anyway, he speaks. And he says, Lady, I know that your son is very sick. I'm very sorry. I see that your son is very sick. But you have to disconnect with him because you put him, his energy in him before God. If you are so much stuck into him and you put him before God, the universe operates in such a way that maybe they will take him because this is devastating for your soul. God needs to be first. They need to protect your soul. That's why it could be that they take your son. If you let him and if you put God before your son, he will heal. And then she's responding, I am sorry, I understand. You're so right. You're so right. At the moment when she's already regretting, the intention that she places already is, indeed, I placed my son before the Creator, before God. And this is devastating for her soul. God is not punishing like this old guy who comes to punish you with a stick,
Yeah.
But this is the universe. Our only mission is to the evolution of our souls, right? It's not.
Mhm.
So the moment when he saw that she realized, she understood, she placed the right intention, he saw that in the future plans, the son will get better. Only because she let him, with her intentions, she let him. She was not stuck with him also, only with his well-being, the son, and she forgot God.
Yeah.
And then he sees on the fine plans, he calls it all the time the fine plans. So he see on the fine plans, the future became better for her son because she was not stuck with him anymore. She let him. She realized, and she said, yes, you're so right. And already by placing the right intention, things got better.
Yeah. It is very hard when you are a parent and you
I
don't.
know. That's why when you pray, you say first, thank you. I love the Creator, then my family. I know. With children, I know. But this is also our lesson, to balance things, When we try to balance things, also the health issues will be not that
Serious.
extreme.
Mhm.
No. Also, cancer is always first arising on the fine plants, and then you see.
Yeah, resentment. Lois said all the time, that cancer is resentment, and you have to let go of to being angry of everyone and blaming. Guys, take the power. Don't give your power away and point fingers. That was his fault or her fault or whatever. Look into yourself and say, yes, actually, take responsibility for your action, for letting people abuse you or things like that, because that's many, not all the time, obviously, when it's a war or whatever, but many times, but then it's karmic. It's all responsibility. Take your power back. Don't point fingers ever, and then you are capable to let God in, and also the universal energy, whoever you want to call the creator, and do your prayer or chant, because I truly believe chanting and praying is opening up also and allow you to connect and allow you to be in a peace of mind where the situation what you are looking at, it's different, it's become different. All right, what is the closing over here?
Uh,
We're
You
gonna
said
come up actually, with the weight loss, what you said and recommended, and that's an amazing idea. Anything else we want to
I am
say?
starting to test this out. Oops, see my doggy. I'm very sorry. He tries to. So I'm trying to test it on me to see if it works. Because the funny thing is when a client is saying, Krasi, and tell me how to lose weight, I say, this is 1 million question. If I knew, I would have been, but at least I would try astrologically, which I didn't try. I would try now astrological
Yeah.
methods
Very
to
good.
see. We'll share this with you next time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we will share this. Thank you so much to being here, guys. And please share and comment below. You know the drills. We really need the algorithm to find us. And please help to do that. And, just comment below or share it on social media, anywhere you at. Just a part of this. It would be enough for us. We would be really appreciated. Thank you to being
Yes.
here and see you next time with the weight loss. Bye for now.
Thank you, Krisztina. Thank you, everyone.